Modern internal combustion engines are highly sophisticated pieces of equipment. Ever-increasing legislation designed to improve air quality and reduce fossil fuel consumption, combined with the demands of drivers around the world, have seen leaps and bounds in engine technology. In all this development, we must remember that there is another component which can help make a difference: the fuel. Innospec is one of the world's leading fuel additive companies. With a focus on fuel and a product range which is second to none, our chemistry works with modern engines to help improve all fuel types. In this video, we study two examples of why chemistry matters.
What differentiates Innospec from our competition is really our people. We invest a lot of time and effort in developing them to their full potential, and I think a very good example of that is in our R&D department, where we have a science ladder. You can be a specialist in the given scientific area, and we have a lot of global, world-renowned scientists, and they get rewarded for being excellent scientists as opposed to necessarily being great managers. We have that to make sure that we have the best people doing the best possible things in a given area. We really are focused on fuels, and that kind of fits into our strategic mantra, which is from well to wheels.
Internal diesel injector deposits manifest themselves as a lack of power or even stopping in vehicles in the field. Well, the way we looked at the ID problem, we found that IDs actually arise from three causes. Now, one of the causes is actually within the supply chain, and that's where carboxylic acids in the fuel interact with metal ions in the way through the supply chain system and end up dumping it in the wrong place, which is within the injector. There have also been some quality issues in manufacturing, and in particular, base catalysts that are used to make FAME sometimes find their way into the final fuel, and that's bad. And the third problem that's not going to go away anytime soon is thermal breakdown of the fuel. You're trying to meet emissions legislation, and that means pushing the fuel through ever smaller holes, which means more pressure, which leads to more friction, more heat, more thermal oxidation. Now, deposit control additives can cope with that, and they can cope going forwards.
The mechanisms that explain these observations are well known. They've lived in the literature for some time and are based a lot around jet fuel degradation.
Well, since the causes for ID have been identified largely with the help of Innospec's in-house research team, we are able to take a multi-tiered approach to helping to solve these problems and further characterize them, such as university collaborations, customer-focused projects, and again, our in-house research team, which has been very instrumental in finding the solutions to these. We now have a patented second-generation detergent technology. It's in the marketplace, and many customers are very happy because it's a broad-range product. We work closely with our customers to get these technologies into the marketplace, because if they don't work in our customers' hands, then they really don't work at all, do they? And so with that, we partner with them on joint developments, we do field trials with them, and that gets confidence in the technology. But at the same time, with all of our customers, it's important that we don't just look at this as a product offering, it's a service offering.
ULSD, or ultra-low sulfur diesel fuel, is diesel fuel that contains less than 10 or 15 parts per million of sulfur. It was removed from diesel fuel in order to meet emissions compliance and legislation. Desulfurization started in Europe in the late 1990s and then in the United States in 2006, and it has gradually moved through the rest of the world. The desulfurization process created the diesel fuel to lose its solvency. It also removed many of the natural agents that improve stability, lubricity, conductivity, and also removed antimicrobial agents.
Dehydrosulfurization of fuel to produce ULSD essentially removed a number of polar molecules, heteroatoms, from the fuel system. This meant it was less aromatic, more paraffinic, and thus had significant changes in its solvency and other characteristics.
The effects of ultra-low sulfur diesel fuel being introduced to the marketplace are multifaceted. You see pump failures, high pressure common rail and high pressure fuel injector issues, injector fouling, injector deposits.
Innospec are helping customers deal with the side effects of ULSD and hydrogen desulfurization by asking them to send fuels into the technical service groups, where we will measure the fuel parameters and make sure that they're meeting fuel specifications. If they're not, then we'll add additives and perform response curves to get the additive performance. The products and services that address the problem of ULSD and desulfurization are fully synthetic lubricity improvers, static dissipator additives, deposit control additives, corrosion inhibitors, antioxidants, and many more.
These are two of many examples of how chemistry matters, how fuel additives can enable the engineering of sophisticated modern engines to deliver the performance that the legislators and drivers demand. And as the opportunity for fuel additives to contribute to improvements continues to grow, Innospec continues to invest in new technology to meet these new challenges. In the future of automotive transport, chemistry matters.